Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. So this is Master Coach Hasmin, and welcome to When Sickness Matters. So if this is your first time to join me, I am Master Coach Hasmin. I am a registered medical technologist, and presently I am a marketing executive in Lifeline Diagnostic Supplies, a diagnostic and research company. And also, I am a certified CACC life coach and mental health coach, a tribe builder, and founder and creator of Life's Labyrinth Coaching Community. And tonight you are joining me here for another episode in When Sickness Matters, here in our new digital space, Think Talk Broadcast. So Think Talk Broadcast is a flagship community project of the speakers of Coaching Think Talk from Life Coach Philippines and members of Coach A coaching community. And our mission is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. So we envision being the go-to network for content that connects with the mind, the heart, and the soul through the platform of life coaching. And this is us in the Philippines advancing coaching as an art, science, lifestyle, profession, and a business. And your one coaching thought for today is current. So no matter how bad it is your health today, you cannot stay with whatever it's current. So we'll be back shortly. And welcome back. Today is May 1 here in the Philippines, and it is May 1, Labor Day here in the Philippines. And right now, I am broadcasting beyond borders. So I am located right now here in Ilocos Sur, Tagudin. Okay, so you are joining me for When Sickness Matters. So this program is created for all the individuals who are ready to take action towards healing and prevent sickness from coming to you and to your family. And coaching conversation on prevention is better than cure. So every week you will be meeting medical doctors and we will ask them on how to break the bias on the medical services that they offer and how we can bridge the gap of healthcare and healing people. And my guest for tonight is from Lady Lake, United States, Florida. So he is an internal medicine specialist and has over 21 years of experience in the medical field. And he graduated from University of Santo Tomas Medical School in 2001. And he is affiliated in medical facilities in his office. Norman S. Novis MD, PA, accepts new patient and telehealth appointment. And he has been providing his patients with skilled, compassionate, and cutting-edge medical care for more than a decade. So his medical practice also includes preventive health care and maintaining health and well-being in order to prevent disease and disability and premature death. And he has his own medical office called Norman S. Novis MD, PA, and he will be talking about more of that later on, who prioritizes on excellent healthcare and promises that each patient who will enter their office will have a smile in their face as they are assured that they are in good hands. So let's get to know him and hear him tonight as he share about what he do. Okay, in his profession. So let us all welcome Dr. Norman S. Novis.
Hello, good evening to our viewers, and good evening, Hasmin.
Yes, good evening, Doc Norman. And also, Doc Norman is my co-intern. So when we were yung pre-med days natin, so when we were medtech at St. Luke's Medical Center, so we've worked together for 1 year as an intern, as a medical technologist. And here is Doc Norman right now. So he is practicing his profession in Florida. No, so Doc Norman, can you tell us so what do you do? No, so to encourage all the doctors right now who are watching and
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
our batchmates. No, so tell us what you are doing right now,
Oh,
your
thank you so
profession.
much. Yes, so we have an office here in Florida, in Lady Lake, an internal medicine practice, which we started sometime in 2012. Um, uh, Initially, I started as hospitalist and traditionalist at the same time. Seeing patient in the office, and then at the same time seeing patient in the hospital too. So when we have enough volume of patient in the office, then uh, I decided that hospitalists will be the one to see the patient, our patient in the hospital, and I am now focusing on our patient here in the office.
Wow. So that is something you to our ears, and also for those of us who are in the Philippines. So there is office, no. So Doc Norman call it office, no. So they focus more on patient, no, outside the hospital. Tama ba, Doc? So
Yes, of course. Majority of patients are otherwise healthy, and that's what we would like to make sure that they, most of our patients, we prevent them from going to the hospital. Because as you know, going to the hospital is expensive. So as much as possible, we'd like to make sure that all their preventive medicine is being taken care of, and those diseases that can be detected early should be taken care of outside of the hospital. So that's what we are trying to do for our patients.
yeah, so that's nice to hear, Doc. And also you mentioned, no, so preventive medicine. So can you give us, no, to all our viewers right now, so can you give us a picture of how does a preventive medicine looks like? So you mentioned that it definitely will prevent them for additional costs, no? So instead of
Yeah,
being confined eventually in the hospital, no?
yeah.
So give us a picture of what is a preventive medicine.
All right. I mean, there's a saying, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So that's what we are doing. Is we do periodic health examination. At least every year, patient should be seen by us, and during that periodic health examination, we try to determine if there's anything that we have to do some laboratory, to do some screening tests, and vaccination. Those are the ones that we have to do in the office. As you know, there's primary prevention, secondary prevention, and tertiary prevention. Primary prevention is when we try to prevent disease before it occurs, and most of this is through vaccination. Secondary prevention is to screen early detection and treatment of disease that can be prevented. And we do this through screening testing. Diseases including colon cancer or breast cancer or lung cancer or cervical cancer. Those are the ones that we have uh, screening tests that we can do in the office. And of course, tertiary prevention is when we already had the disease. We try to mitigate or to decrease the morbidity or mortality. And that is when sometimes, let's say, patient has stroke or heart attack, then we do cardiac rehab or physical therapy. So, but as much as possible before we go there, we try to do the primary and secondary prevention.
Wow.
So
Thank you,
that's
Doc. No.
preventive
Yeah,
medicine.
nice. So that's the picture, no? So to all our viewers, so hello, Coach Trisha, Bridget. So thank you for joining, Coach Glacy, Coach Nords, no? So Coach Marife, who is also a healthcare professional. So that is the picture, no? So divided into three pala siya, no? So first is through vaccine, second is yung screening test, so early detection, and that's what the industry that I belong to, no? So yung mga early detection testing, di ba? So that as you mentioned, an ounce of prevention is better than cure. So it's better to have that monitoring, for example, for diabetes. No, so you get tested for glucose or hemoglobin A1C periodically. No, so that you will know your blood sugar. No, so when you know that it is high, then you start taking um, meds. No, so rather than you don't get meds and then eventually diabetes na talaga siya, doc, di ba? And the
Yeah,
third is those people who are for rehab or for you mentioned yung mitigating, no? So yung effect nung disease, no? So nandoon na siya sa intervention part, no? So to all our viewers, so that is how it looks like. So you have an option. So it means that it is in your hands, no? So it is in your hands yung health natin. And it's oftentimes, no? So we try to neglect our health. So sometimes it is always the last, no? So on our list, no, yung health natin, no? So we prioritize a lot of things but we neglect yung health part natin. So there's ways, okay, for you to be able to prevent, no, yung mga sickness, no, and diseases. And that's one of the objective of this show, of this program, is to really educate all the people that there is something that you can do to your health in order to prevent yung sickness. So that's why it's entitled When Sickness Matters. So, Doc, no, so you mentioned about the things that you do, no, so in your medical office. So um when COVID came, no, so that's 2 years ago. So what happened to the
well,
office? What happened to the healthcare?
that's true. There's a lot of changes that has happened after when COVID came. Uh, of course, there's a lot of uh, not so good things that happened, but there's a lot of good things that happened too. Uh, like what we're doing now, we are talking from uh, different places. Now we're able to use telemedicine to see our patients because not everybody needs to be seen by your doctor and do physical examination all the time. We can provide medical care even with telemedicine. Uh, uh, so that's one good thing that happened with after COVID. Now also we are realizing that we have to be really careful and like using masks and making sure that we're hand washing all the time. Those are things that is good thing that happened after COVID.
Yeah. And when COVID happened, so what was the impact sa office mo, doc? So aside from what you have shared, that yung telemedicine, ano, so were the patient ano yung response? So what were the response of the patients when COVID strike?
So I remember what back in March of 2020 when it's finally here. Then we have to close the office, of course, because everything is locked down. Uh, so so what do I have to do? At that time, then started telemedicine. The impact is very big in terms of economically, mostly for our employees because see they have to, of course, have to have a job, and so we have to provide. So we have to be, what you call this, creative of how we can continue the business. We have to continue providing care. Um, so, and of course, we learned how to survive with with the COVID, and so that's how we will.
Yeah, no. So may impact. So there's also an impact in terms of the with the responses of the people in terms of health. So just like here in the Philippines, so nobody wants to get tested. So with their blood, because everyone is afraid of going to the clinics, going to the hospitals, the laboratories to get tested because they might acquire the virus. So it's also the same thing that happened in the US. But the good thing, as you mentioned, telemedicine was birthed. So now it's easy. No? So it's easy to consult a doctor, wherein before you need to travel. Okay, you need to set to have a long queue line. So that's
Uh-huh.
how it looks like here in the Philippines. So you need to have line, no, to have that appointment with the doctor. But the good thing is now the telemedicine, and also like what we are doing right now. So we are in different place of the globe, but we are able to do this. So I think this is one thing that really COVID brought um, into our life, right, Doc?
That's
And um, 3 years, no? So it's almost 3 years. Okay, so we're on our third year of COVID, Doc, and the cases is not that high anymore, especially here in the Philippines, and I believe that also in other parts of the world. So
yeah.
how does healthcare industry looks like will look like after COVID-19?
After COVID-19, then it will be a much better way of coping. Let's say if something like this happen again, now we are better prepared. We have an easier way of producing vaccine quickly through this messenger RNA production of vaccine. And we uh, people are now more aware to be healthy, to do more preventive care than before. So I think we will be much better prepared at this time.
Better prepared. So in terms of testing, how do you see it, Doc?
Um, like right now, we can before we you have to go to emergency room or urgent care to test yourself for COVID. It's now available in most pharmacies, uh, so that's easier access for checking. And I assume that that's probably about the same in the Philippines. That there should be a better access with testing as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so you mentioned better access and testing, and then people will be more focusing on preventive, no? So and also in terms of the industry, so merong mga like vaccine has been uh, created, no? So unlike before, there's no no vaccine. So mga innovations, no? So there will be more innovations in terms of vaccine, so which is part of your prevention, no? So there will be more innovation in terms of testings as well. So being part of that industry, so we see more um, since the birth of the molecular testing, right, Doc?
Uh,
So
yeah.
so
So PCR
there's
testing
PCR
has
testing.
easier access
Yeah,
uh, to those screening tests. Yeah.
agree, Doc. And Doc, how will you bridge, no? So in your own opinion, no? So how can we bridge the gap of healthcare, no, to the people? Because oftentimes, as I mentioned earlier, that people don't want it is always the least of their priority, yung health nila, no? So how can as a medical professional, how can we bridge that gap to the people?
Yeah, with better information, we have to educate our people that these services are available to us, and it will be better for them to see the doctor as soon as, I mean, as regular. So like what we're doing now is a way to disseminate information that preventive medicine is important in our practice in their lives, so we can be healthier, um, and so prevent diseases.
Yeah.
So
So education,
yes.
education, doc. No. So, um, in your office, no. So, what are what were are the things that you try to do in terms of education
um
in creating awareness to the patients?
Increasing awareness to the patient, of course, we every time that we see the patient, uh, aside from their regular complaints of medical problem, then the few minutes of that time is um, for preventive medicine. So we ask about screening tests, including check for osteoporosis, and check for colon cancer. We ask them when was the last time that you have had colonoscopy, let's say, because most of our patients are geriatric patients,
Mm.
65 and above. So, and there are some, yeah, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force has recommendations of those screening. Like, for example, for colon cancer, um, patients should have colonoscopy by the age of 50 to 75 years old. Actually, now they changed it to 45 years old, because now we realized there's a lot of colon cancer that's being missed if you start doing colonoscopy by 50. So now it's 45 to 75. Uh, let's say for prostate cancer, uh, men 40 years and up to 75 as well should have prostate cancer screening through PSA check. It's just a blood test every year or every 2 years. Um, Patient who are smoker, let's say, um, uh, who those who smoke for more than 20 years or 20 pack years is smoking, uh, who are continuously smoking or stop smoking less than 15 years, then there's a screening test for that, what we call low dose radiation cancer screening, CAT scan. So those are things that we offer for every time that we see the patient. We have certain meron kami mga checklist. So, have you done
Mm.
this? Have you done this? And then, yeah, including vaccines. It's important to have vaccine, like flu vaccine is important. Every year should have all patients should have flu vaccine, including kids. Pneumonia shot. Pneumonia shot is patient who are 65 years and above should have at least one pneumonia vaccine. Or those who are less than 65 but has some risk, including those who have, let's say, COPD, chronic obstructive lung disease, or those who are diabetic, those who are have cancer, should have, or immunocompromised status, should have pneumonia vaccine. um, Diabetes, as you mentioned, the problem with the with diabetes or coronary artery disease, cholesterol, they don't have symptoms. We tend to forget those kind of problem because, unlike, let's say, when you're coughing or you're having fever, then you tend to take care of those problems right away. But those who have diabetes, we don't realize that every day that your sugar is high, then something's going on in your body. your nerves and your heart muscle and your eyes are actually getting destroyed every day. So unless you screen for those problems, then you will never know until let's say you lose your legs,
Yeah.
amputation, until you realize you're gonna have dialysis, you know.
Yeah.
So so before that happens, then we regularly check. We check sugar uh, through it's an easy test, a blood test. A1C is an average of your sugar every 3 months. Checking blood pressure is important too, because nobody will have any symptoms for hypertension until you have stroke or heart
Mm,
attack.
true.
So we educate them. We try to tell them those and let them realize that it is important. Even though you don't see or have any symptoms, then these are the things that we have to watch, and that's why we're here as internists who provide care in the office is to prevent them from getting sick, because otherwise you will see the hospitalists. you
Yeah.
you will see the doctors in the hospital, and that's of course they will do the best they can, but that sometimes is too late. So that's what we.
Mm. Yeah, no, Doc, thank you for reminding us of that. No, so there are certain illness or certain diseases that has no symptoms, and only okay, you will only that you have it if you got yourself tested, if you got yourself screened, right? So before it evolve um into eventually a sickness, no. So like you mentioned, yung sa diabetes, ano, so rather than waiting for your foot to be amputated, di ba? Or eventually you get blind, no? So hypertension as well until you get stroke, right? So it's always good that as early as now, get yourself screened, get yourself tested, no? So um we always hear that here in when sickness matters, yung prevention is better than cure. And I have here a question, Doc, ano? So from Coach Juan, sabi niya, from your experience, Doc, what are the most common reasons why people would not opt to schedule for a checkup?
Sometimes they just don't know that it's important, because like I said, they don't have any symptoms, so they just didn't realize that's important. Another thing is sometimes they are afraid to know. uh,
Yeah,
uh, and going to the doctor is probably, they think that it's probably less important than other activities that we that we have from outside. So
yeah,
so that's the information gap that we have to remind our patients.
yeah. So two things, ano? So they just don't know and they are afraid to know. No, so yeah, it's also very common. No, so from the people that I know that they don't want to know because they're afraid to know. So that's why they don't get themselves to um tested or go for a checkup. So
But
and
I just would like to for us to realize, let's say those diabetes, we don't they're afraid to know, but it's easy to take care of them when in the beginning. We need to have a check, and once we have it, it's easier to give medication, and people will have about the same lifespan, or will enjoy our life with you taking care of your diseases. So there's nothing to be really afraid of.
mm, yeah, no. So if you think about it, if you think about that lifespan, so
Mhm.
um we can ask ourselves, diba? So we can ask ourselves about what is your vision, diba?
Yeah.
So we can ask people to have a vision for themselves. So how do you visualize yourself 5 years from now in terms of your health, 10 years from now in terms of your health? And that is one thing that would truly, no, so help. So minsan we don't have a mental picture, no, so of what um what kind of help do we want. So for me, so I always have envisioned this one that um before, even when I became a life coach, that I told myself that when I become 60, as a senior citizen, I don't want to be taking um, maintenance. So that
Ah.
is my goal. No, so that is
Ah.
my goal in life. I wanted to see that I don't want to um take, no, so
Take
yung
medicine.
medicine or maintenance, di ba, doc? So because that is normal, ano? So like for you, your patients are normally geriatric patients,
Yes.
right? So they have to drink the hypertensive medicine
Medicine.
always, no? So that would be part of their life, no? So even cholesterol, di ba? So
Yeah.
I have that mental picture that I don't like to get that, di ba? So and because of that, no? So because of that, every year I got myself tested, no? So
Yeah.
um yung buong panel, no? So
Yeah.
cholesterol, liver, and everything, so that, no, so I can do something about it, no. So when it is high, no, so it's time to change for lifestyle. It's time to change for habit as early as now. There
That's
is something that we can do.
Yeah, you're
Yes, doc.
correct. So knowing your risk is important, and the only way to do it is to look, and that means doing your blood testing, checking your blood pressure, um, and so if we realize that you have this certain kind of problem, let's say if you already have hypertension, or we can start as impaired fasting glucose or your pre-diabetic state, then we can do something about it. And that means then your doctor probably will say you have to be better with your diet. You know, try to have less cholesterol in your diet, less sugar in your diet, less bread, potatoes, pastas, rice, less kanin, and more protein, including your vegetables and chicken or fish. Um, and in that way you can prevent uh, from taking medication. I just would like to also realize though that there are some things that we cannot do anything about, uh,
Mm,
and that includes, and most of them are mostly genetics. Patients are more predisposed to having problems, those who have family history of diabetes, and in some cases, even if you do the best you can, you will still have diabetes just because at certain age your insulin production goes down,
yeah.
and you can't do anything about it. And but the only thing that you can do is to look, and when it's time for you to take medication, then you really need to take medication.
Yeah, so there's such thing as genetic din pala, doc, ano, so in terms of that. But there's still something that we can do, no? So
Yeah.
to we can start taking medication. So like you
Yes.
mentioned, insulin here in the Philippines, no? So in our coaching hub, Decaf Coffee Republic, so we have yung insulin tea and insulin wine. So these are insulin regulator. So check
Mhm.
out, okay? So to all the people who are watching us right now, so check out Teacup Coffee Republic Facebook page and get to see yung available, no? So talking about diabetes, yung kung ano yung available. So this is FDA approved, and it has been there has been a lot of testimonies on the effectiveness of how the insulin is being regulated. Okay? So but before we continue, doc, so there's a lot of things that Doc Norman has mentioned already, no? So what it is that as you have been appreciating, ano? So ano na yung mga na-appreciate niyo sa mga sinabi ni Doc? You can type it in the chat box right now. So and we will come back again shortly, Doc. So we will just have a short break, but I will be leaving you a hanging question. So what is life outside your profession? So you are going to the office 7 days a week, right, Doc? Tama po ba?
No, 5 days. Mondays to
Friday.
Friday.
Mondays to Friday. So if it is not Monday to Friday, so who is Doc Norman? No. So but before you answer this question, so we will pause for a break so you may relax for a while, hydrate, and we
Okay,
will
yes.
see your answer and hear your answer after the break.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag and drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
And we're back for the second part of When Sickness Matters. So, third broadcast brought to you by Decaf Coffee Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines and Rise Up Creatives Worldwide, your provider of social commerce turnkey solution. So, and if you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card and you are still missing all the perks that we are enjoying today, now is the best time for you to take action. So, connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to join the Be Learning Society, the tent maker of the Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. So when you avail the Be Learning e-card, you get to have a 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic, and you get a full access to Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A, happening every fourth Saturday of the month. Plus, you benefit from the 90 minutes free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And for more information and registration assistance, connect with Coach Rosel through 0917-586-1661. And also, if you are interested to embark on a journey of becoming a professional life coach, Master Coach A offers co-actively co-create life coach certification program with CPD accredited and 40 credit unit. So life coaching is a 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains and thereby increasing their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace. And CACC course includes a 21 days web-based learning, 3 days live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and 3 days live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. So the program package also comes with many other bonuses. So connect with Coach Rosales through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities that is waiting for you in this profession. So let's call back. So Doc Norman,
Good morning again. Oh, good evening.
good morning and good evening, diba? So, yun yung hanging question natin, Doc, ano? So, pag Saturday and Sunday, sino si Doc Norman?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for all those doctors who are, just beginning, I just would like to emphasize that there's more to life than medicine. After your work, then as much as possible, we have to be, uh, as normal as possible. And for me, I spend most of my time after medicine, after office, with family, of course, relaxing. We have a 13-year-old boy and 4 years old girl who occupies most of our time. We have a mini band in at home. We play guitar. I play guitar, and my 13-year-old he plays guitar as well, and my wife she plays the bass, and so we have a mini band. We have some. We have like a coach who comes at home, and so
Oh,
we have like every week we have every hour, 1 hour of band session.
band session. Oh, wow, no, Doc, no? So, that is something new, no? So, yun yung life ni Doc after work, no? So, he is
Afterward,
a
yeah.
band, okay? So, he has
And
a
of
band
course,
and
yes. Also, you have to exercise too. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
that's true, Doc. Ano. So that's nice to hear, no, Doc. So oftentimes, yung perception of the people is doctors are too busy for themselves, too busy for their personal life, no. But you are able to do something about it and have some time, no, Doc. And talking about family, talking about friends, no. So in what way, no? So you mentioned kanina that one of the best way para ma-bridge yung gap, no, ng healthcare to the people is through education. In what way are you educating your family and friends about health?
oh well, most of our family and friends are the ones that we work with, physical therapists and nurses. So of course, when we get together, we talk about things about our health too. Sometimes we forget our health as well. So we have to be healthy as well. So we play tennis. We go out of our work. We travel, and that way we have to take care of our mental and physical well-being as well.
Mm. So you also do it, no? So at sinabi ni Doc, no? So sometimes you also forget, no? So when you care for other people, no, for health, sometimes you also forget. So those are the activities that you do, no? So to focus on your, and you mentioned about mental health as well, and physical health. So um in terms of Doc, ano, so yung three personal tips for a healthy life. What can you give to those people who are watching us right now? Three personal tips for a healthy life.
For a healthy life, um, be better with your diet. Try to do exercises and have some time to relax, and that's when your body, when you're resting, that's when your body recovers. So have some time for relaxation as well, and exercise, and like I said, better diet, um,
Wow.
better
So
than taking medication.
yeah, so relaxation,
Diet.
exercise, and better diet.
Yeah.
Doc, okay, no. So what can you say to your friends? What can you say to the doctors who are losing time or forgetting about themselves? Ano naman
And
ang tip mo sa
that's
kanila?
that's very common, of course, and we see this all the time. That most doctors, when they get sick, it's also hard to take care of decisions. But that's because they we tend to forget our own health. When we are taking care of our patients, we give something. We Every time that we see our patient, we give ourselves to our patient. But then you have to somehow uh, rejuvenate. You somehow have to take care of yourself as well. So have some time for yourself as well. So
So have some time, no? So doon sa have some time for themselves, what can they do about that time for themselves, Doc?
don't think
To your
about
fellow to your fellow doctors.
don't think about your office. Don't think about hospital, uh, and just enjoy your family. Uh, Enjoy travel. Go outside of your place, uh, and have some time for exercise too. Um, have develop hobbies outside of medicine. Uh, that will, I think, it's important. So to keep your life balance is important.
Life balance, Doc.
Uh,
No? So you work in taking care of the people, but you need also to take care of yourself. Diba? As we often hear, no? So that prevention, no? So as we often hear, diba, yung padalas natin naririnig that we cannot give what we don't have,
that's
right? So if we don't take care of ourselves as well, so we will not be able to take care of other people as well, regardless if that is your profession, di ba? Pero you will definitely know when you are at your best, di ba, Doc?
hmm
So, when you are at your best, you're able to give your best as well, di ba? So, kaya to what Dr. Norman said to all his fellow doctors is you have to give some time for yourself as well. You have to take some time off from your work, take time off from the hospital. So in what you do. And of course, that includes as well yung exercise, yung diet, no? And creating new hobbies, no? So that can give you joy and pleasure, di ba?
yeah.
And another question, Doc. So,
Mhm.
what is one thing that you wish to happen in the medical field? Yung wish list mo.
Wish list in the medical field. That we be more proactive uh, in taking care of our patient, not reactive. Uh, uh, we try to uh, go out and advocate for our patients, not only um, uh, to react when they come. You know, I think that's one thing that sometimes is missing in most of our practice is to be proactive for our patients.
Proactive, Doc. No? So it's a great realization, Doc, to become more proactive because there's a lot more that we can do. No? So in this profession, and there's a lot more that we can do for the profession and to the people that are sick out there. No? And if we go to the internet and see the statistics, no? So yung mga cause of death. So there's a lot of things that we know that could have been prevented, no? So in your wish is to be yung proactive. So in your own way, Doc Norman,
Uh-huh.
how how can you do it, no? So in your own way, what is it that you can start now in your profession, in what you do on how you can be more proactive.
So what we do in our patient base, so we have, like I said, we have mostly geriatric patients. So we try to uh, give them reminder that we are here for to help them, to keep them healthy. Our office staff, we have few employees who their main job really is to remind our patient that they should come here regularly, and things that can be that they're forgetting, they are being uh, reminded that these things needs to be done for them. So we, like I said, that's being more proactive for our patients. Um, and every time that we have meeting for employees, that I always emphasize to them that we should be uh, careful and proactive, make sure that these patients that we sometimes can miss the services needs to come back to our office and be taken care of.
Hmm. So yun yung mga currently na ginagawa ninyo, doc, no? So for in your um in your office, no? So
Mhm.
doc, if there is one sickness that you are afraid of, no? So what is that sickness for yourself, for your family, so the people that you love? What is that?
But there's just a lot of illness that we can be really afraid of. Uh, Diabetes is a very extensive disease that affects every organ in our system. It affects our heart, our kidneys, our brain, and um, it's also true in the Philippines that this diabetes um, is a rapidly growing problem that we can take care of. Uh, Part of it is, of course, obesity. Our uh, It's a big risk of having problem with sugar is our diet, our obesity. So that's one big um, uh, threat to our health, our including here in the United States. Making sure that diabetes and obesity is being addressed is, of course, our goal.
Hmm. Yan. How about to you, doc, personally? Ano yung pinaka fear mo na sickness to
Same
you
thing.
personally? Same
Same.
thing.
Yeah, same. Weight problem and sugar and coronary disease. For me personally, because I have family history
Mm-hmm.
of coronary disease. My dad had bypass surgery here in the United States, so that I have to be really aware. So now I have to be aware that sometimes I'm gaining weight. So we
Mm-hmm.
make sure that we're doing our diet, making sure that I check my cholesterol, making sure that the blood pressure is being taken care of, and so that's why we started playing tennis, which is a good moderate grade exercise. That can be 1 to 2 hours of playing will be good enough. Uh, at least 2 3 times a week, and that you can, I can advise to our viewers as well. In the Philippines, playing basketball is good. uh, for our 65 and above, maybe walking 30 minutes every day will make it will be a good exercise.
Mm. Yeah, thank you, doc, no, for being honest and vulnerable, of for sharing that, no. So that's true that sometimes we are not being mindful, no, so of our health as well. So even healthcare professionals, so they
Yeah,
we have to really be mindful about it. So especially if we're gaining weight, no,
yeah,
so and there's a lot of things that we can do about it, ano. So if you are to give advice to your younger self, Doc Norman, anong advice ang bibigay mo?
I should have done it earlier. That I'm more aware of my health, and
Mm,
but I think it's not too late.
yeah.
So, like we are the same age, 45, 46.
Yeah, 45,
So,
yeah.
so we have to now we have to do more exercise and better diet, better sleep too.
Yeah, better sleep too, right? That's nice, Doc, no? So we, we, we wish, or we wish we could have done it earlier, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's the good thing because it's
I
not
mean,
yet too
we can
late.
only move forward. We cannot go back. So so now it's the time for us to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that you have mentioned earlier, ano? So for those of you who have not joined, no? So the first part of our program, so maraming kinuwento si Doc. There's a lot of things that he gave, a lot of insights and tips that you can do to take care of your health, about prevention. And also prevention is better than cure. So please do watch the replay of this one. So if you watch it on the latter part, no? Sabi ni Coach Marife Hill, she's from Tacloban. She is a nurse, registered nurse. Sabi niya, too often we forget ourselves. So go for healthy aging. So he is also a wellness coach. Ayan. So we need to really exercise and be mindful of what we eat and what we um uh, give to ourselves, no, to our body. And sabi nga ni Coach Norge, be proactive, not reactive. And yung what you do right now is advocate, yun, no, advocate to your patient. And Coach Lynn as well, she said that yes to healthy aging, no. So kasi we have that perception na, no, na once you age, no, parang normal, no, that you have hypertension, you have diabetes, no. So but you can change that course, no, so you can age healthily this time,
Uh,
'di ba?
that's
Yes, Doc?
correct. That's correct.
Yeah, so let's say yes to healthy aging. Okay, Doc, no? So, ang bilis ng oras, so time is so fast, no? So, if there is a message, no? So, to all the people who are watching us right now, can you give us a message, no? No? So, to encapsulate what we have discussed this evening, no? And morning there, um, what message would you like to give to the people, to in order for us to have that prevention, no, is better than cure, and to bridge that gap of healthcare services to the people?
Okay. Yes. Well, to all our viewers, yeah, health is wealth. Our health is our biggest asset. So we really have to take care of ourselves, and we can do that by doing preventive medicine, making sure that our uh, diet and exercise being taken care of, but also make sure that your physicians uh, are, I mean, you're seeing your doctors, so those services for preventive medicine can be given. Make sure that you have your vaccines, including COVID vaccines. Uh, Making sure that those screening tests, including prostate cancer for men, colon cancer, breast screening, um, uh, are being done. Uh, Address smoking. Make sure that smoking is not good in any way. And but if you do, then need to have screening for lung cancer screening, and so we can live healthier and longer life.
So get yourself screened, get yourself tested, and yung vaccine, no? So thank you, Doc Norman. So time flies so fast, and it has been great seeing you after so many years. No, so the last time that we saw each other was back then, no, so when we were
More than
intern,
20
no,
years.
more than 20 years, no, so that's more than 20 years already. So let's go for a healthier life and longer life. And it takes preparation, it takes prevention in order for us to have that healthier and longer life. And as you mentioned, health is wealth, right? So, and life is not all about chasing money, our nice car, and everything, but ang wealth, okay, true wealth is our health as well,
Yes.
right, Doc? So
Yes.
thank you for um, your nuggets of wisdom. Thank you for what you have shared to us this evening and morning there. And would you like to invite, no? So this is your opportunity as well to those people who are watching in your area. Invite them to your office.
Well, yes. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be with you and to all the viewers over here in Lady Lake. We have lots of base of patience, but yes, please do watch us here, and thank you so much.
Yeah. And I have one last question, Doc, ano, sa
Yeah.
iyo. And um, if not in Florida, if you were not given a chance in Florida, where else do you want to practice the profession?
Well, I very much would like to practice in the Philippines, of course, serving our community there. But life has its own. We have our different paths. So here we are.
So that's why you are there, no? So yeah, we'll see each other soon. So you mentioned that you will be coming over here in the Philippines by this month, no?
Yes.
So let's schedule for that meeting, and let's see how we can truly move forward, no? So in you mentioned about the education part, and this show is all about that um objective as well, purpose as
Yes.
well. So when sickness matter is also to educate all our viewers, to all the people who are watching this all over the world, no? So about the importance of prevention is better than cure. That there is something that we can do right now in order to prevent yung um, sickness, right? And that's why when sickness only matters when it becomes a reality to you, when it becomes a reality to your family. So once again, thank you for supporting When Sickness Matter. And whether you are joining us live or watching us on a replay, please do leave a comment, circulate the link of this video, and don't keep us as a secret. And yes, many things can hold us back in having our health checked. But tonight's program is all about creating awareness on the importance of seeking healthcare services and getting to know the heart and mission of our healthcare professional. And tonight, you have heard Dr. Norman Novis, and on how the things that he have shared, no? So on how to bridge the gap of healthcare and healing and the services that our medical professional offers. So right now, I would like to invite you to watch the other show as well, hosted here at Think Talk Broadcast. So please follow, subscribe, and engage in our social media accounts at Think Talk TV on Twitter, on Instagram, and Think Talk Broadcast on YouTube, and give us your review. And also for partnership and collaboration, so please connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661. And see you in the next episode when sickness matters on May 1, on May 8 at 8 p.m. live here at Think Talk Broadcast. And thank you once again, Doc Norman, so for saying
Thank you.
yes and helping us to educate all the viewers all over the world. So coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines advancing life coaching for Dwight. Love, bam, boom. Okay? Thank you, Doc. Thank you,
See you.
everyone.